Good evening and salutations, my Days of Our Lives fans. So, three things happened. Two of them are interesting. One of them was just, eh. So let's get into it. Well, we find out that Jake is Stefano's twin brother. Apparently Vivian actually had twins, didn't know about it, and yeah. So it explains a lot why they share DNA, and how the fact that, he literally came back from the dead. Um, and I know, other people have been doing that before, but actually, to tell you the truth, I like this story a little bit better, but it's also a little kind of cliche-ish, I guess. But yeah, so we find out he's a twin. Uh, wow. Hurricane Sammy is back in town. And when she walked in that room, it was like thunder. And she went on everybody. First, and honestly, tell you the truth, here's the thing. She went on Eric and Nicole. Specifically Eric for not inviting her to the wedding. And I gotta be honest, and like I kind of agree with why she's upset about it. Yeah, she wasn't she wasn't really happy about the engagement and stuff like that, but she was like, you still should have invited me. So yeah, she goes in on Eric, she goes in on Nicole, and then she starts with Allie. They go back and forth, and she finds out that Allie's pregnant. And then at this point, everything that Allie was fearing, how Sammy would react, is exactly how Sammy reacted. But to be fair, you know what? That's on Allie. If Allie would have told her in the beginning, then Sammy wouldn't have had to sit there and drag everyone else. Because honestly, to tell you the truth, Allie, the way she handled it, she dragged everybody else into Sammy's path pretty much. So when she was going in on Allie, I was like, you know what? I really don't feel bad for you. Yeah, I get it. She's, a young adult or whatever, and this is, how it might play out. So I understand that, but still, it's on her. Anyway, they go back and forth, and then you have, well, this is the first time I'm here, but I'm guessing this is like round 37 for those two. Nicole and Sammy go at it, and then they both say some really bad things, and then they start fighting, literally, and kind of like knock into a cake, and I was kind of sad because I like cake. But yeah, Sammy says something about Nicole and her past, as far as porn, I think. And then Nicole says something about her being a bad mother. And when she said that, I was like, well, this isn't going to end well. And, yeah. So that happened. I'm looking forward to more of Sammy's scenes. Again, I feel like I'm one of those type of people that came in really late. Like, from what everyone's telling me, Sammy was just that chick that just like when she came in there and she went off on somebody, I don't want to sit there. I don't know. I don't want to sit there and compare her to Carly because I don't feel like those two are really, maybe Blair from One Like to Live. I don't know. Anyway, all I know is that Sammy is a force to be reckoned with, and I feel like I'm kind of missing out on her best days, but hopefully, I can see some new stuff that she does now. Last thing. Bonnie and Lucas. And the reason why, obviously, here's the thing that kind of just blows me about Bonnie. And one thing that I was just like, I had to rewind that a couple of times because I was like, I know I didn't hear what I just thought I heard. So, long story short, Bonnie Bonnie's desperate. Lucas pretty much tells her to go away. Bonnie sits there and says, I can help you get back your daughter, you know, if you just agree to, like, spend some time with me, pretty much. And at that point, Lucas is a little more receptive. Also, here's the thing that really kind of bothered me about this woman. So she tries to get Lucas to read her memoir, or whatever. And in this memoir, she says something along the lines of, we had a great night of sex. I know you couldn't remember it because you were drunk. Feel like this is a PSA moment about consent, and I felt like that shit was just glossed over. And I know I've been trying not to curse, but like the fact that she wrote in her book about him being drunk and them just having wild, crazy sex, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, but he was drunk. He didn't really consent to, like, being with you. And we're all just gonna sit there and ignore this. Like, we're all cool. We're all just like, really? I don't know. That shit just kind of bothers me. Anyway, I think he found out that, Sammy is back in town. And since Sammy had a bone to pick with every person, because that was something else about Sammy. Sammy was upset the fact that everyone else knew about Allie's pregnancy and didn't tell her. And I was like, well, I get that Allie told you, like, swore you to secrecy, but at the same time, I can't blame Sammy for how she feels. And that's the whole thing. I can't blame Sammy for how she's feeling about a lot of this stuff. Now the way she's going about it, that's a different story. But yeah, so yeah, Lucas is gonna get his share. He's not left out of it. I guess Sammy, and before I go, I guess Sammy and Abe are cool, because even though she was getting upset with a lot of people, at least she, like, tried to hear out what Abe was saying, even if it was a little bit, because he certainly didn't give a damn about what Merlene said, and Cole was just a non-factor. But yeah, so that pretty much ends this recap or this review of Days of Our Lives. I was seriously about to say General Hospital. By the way, before I go, let me know if you actually like this review style a little bit better. Like if I just cut straight to the chase and just kind of just give you my thoughts and opinions, as opposed to me going from like scene to scene to scene. Let me know which one works better, as far as doing these reviews, because I always like to sit there and try to improve on doing these reviews, and I'm always very grateful for the people that do watch, that do comment, that do like, because again, I love talking about soap operas. Yeah, so let me know what style works better, scene by scene, or just cutting to the chase and just kind of giving my thoughts and opinions on the scene. So, yeah, that's going to do it for this episode. Well, that's going to do it for this review of Days of Our Lives. And I was seriously about to say General Hospital again. Have a good day or good night, depending on when you're watching this. Be safe, all that good stuff. I will catch you in the next video.